This side is just like my dad, and this side is like my mom. I have best of both worlds, I
Now,
guess.
I'm 10 years older than you. You don't need
Yeah,
anybody's
yeah, yeah,
validation.
yeah. This 1.5 years ago, right? I got so overwhelmed by everything that people were like, you have to do this and you can't do this. And I have not been brought up to follow rules at all, right? Because it kills your individuality. For me, you've been there from the start. You know, you're a part of my journey. So it's always
You're
gonna
so
be a little
sweet.
emotional for me when I talk to you.
Hey, Babil, what's up?
What's up? How are you?
How are you?
I know how are
I'm
you.
good, Baba.
I'm okay. I am.
You are.
I
Yeah.
am.
Aren't we all? Just.
Yeah.
We all are. Congrats. Film has come out today. Are you happy? Are you excited? Have you seen the final product on Z5?
I mean, I saw it like that, but that's just me and my insecurities. But it's not come out yet. It's going to come out tomorrow. It's come out for you, maybe. Like,
So by the time this interview comes out, the film would be out for people to watch.
hopefully, hopefully.
Hopefully, nahi, matlab, definitely it's coming out. Yeah, film. I'm
Okay,
also like that, by
definitely,
the way. I can't
definitely.
see myself on screen.
It's not about, yeah, it's more about just me just accepting myself is a challenge for me. Yeah, I don't want to,
Why, my
just.
love? Why is that
What
a
do you
challenge for
mean?
you?
It's because I take it's the pressure, no? Like it's I am trying to make that journey towards where the pressure is productive rather than destructive, but I'm still on that journey. So, right, I mean, I'm better than I was 4 years ago, but I still am making that journey, if that makes
I remember
sense.
seeing you on the screen 4 years ago, and I assume millions of people had this reaction, like, because you God, you're such a spitting image of your father. It was like
Yeah, and now though I have become
dumb.
even more like now when I look at myself, now I'm just becoming more
The
and more.
facial hair, with the facial hair,
Yeah,
more
yeah,
and
yeah.
more.
And the thing is this side is just like my dad, and this side is like my mom. So it's I have best of both worlds, I guess. I guess that's a
Acha,
good.
tell me now, talking about Logout,
Yes.
where you play the social media influencer, I'll get to the what I like about the film, but like, what are your favorite people to watch on YouTube? Do you follow people on YouTube? I know your attachment to the screen is not that intense.
I like watching this guy called. He has a channel called Veritasium. I really like watching him. I like Dark Five. I like Vishnu and Govind Kaushal from proper Indian influencers. Like
Yeah,
I really like their work. They
they're
actually put
damn
in like
funny, man.
yeah, they're very
I love their
funny.
Punjabi Dumbledore, man.
Yeah, they were very good, and that's where Bablu came from. Actually, you know, that's. I had this character called Bablu. It's a long story, but so that's where I got the idea from. All credit to them and shout out to them.
Bhuvan
Not
Bam, quickly.
Bhuvan. Bhuvan. Arey, Bhuvan is not an influencer. He's an actor. Okay, people
YouTube,
just
YouTube.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, I hadn't watched that much of Bhuvan. I had watched his acting work more than his influencer days. And I think more than an actor influencer, Bhuvan just as a man is what a man, yeah. Like क्या आदमी है. बहुत
Yeah,
he's very very generous as a person, which I really admire. But yeah,
he's
let's
very
let's then
lovely.
let's incorporate Bhuvan as well as a person.
What I like about Logout is that the film doesn't quite go into the trenches explaining how the internet works, because a lot of films about internet
Exactly. Yeah.
fall
See,
into
I
that
love
trap.
talking. Yeah.
It's just there, and I love that you're not using any hashtags in the film. It's
Yeah.
so was it comforting to take on a film about the internet, which is written by a guy, Biswapati Sarkar, who knows how the internet works, has been around since content creation, quote unquote, blew up on internet. The video you just posted with him is very funny. That podcast that you guys did,
Oh,
that fake
oh, it's
podcast.
posted. Okay, okay. So you like it? Because I have not seen it yet.
It's very funny.
Okay, I hope so. I really hope so. But the thing is, I'll be honest with you, this film, I gave the audition for this film and Qala was being promoted, wasn't even released. Like when before we did our interview together, first time,
Yeah.
that's when auditioned for Logout. So it was never about, I didn't have the luxury to choose the role. Like I was not like अरे इतनी सारी फिल्में आ रही हैं इनमें से मैं कौन सी चुनूं ऐसा नहीं था बिल्कुल भी I did the
Hmm.
audition. They called me. They spoke to me. They liked me as a person, and they saw some kind of I don't know what they saw in me, but they said that let's go ahead. Then they gave me the script, when I read the script, the first reaction was obviously a selfish reaction, which was, oh my God, I get to do so much. I have so much screen
Hmm.
time. I can at so early on in my career, I can maybe show aspects. Maybe just show I can do more. I can do. I have it in me. But as I started researching, as I started going more in depth with the character, I realized that I do not relate to the social media aspect of his job, but I do
Hmm.
relate to his need for external validation, which is the entire point of how we get addicted to social media is that dopamine release of external validation, right? So that arc of going, how we trade our self-worth and our self-love and our dignity of that for external validation and attach our identity or who we are to an image that is created completely on the basis of other people's opinions. We start hating ourselves because we start comparing that which is not even us, right? That image to other images. It's a delusion, really. That image we compare to other images, start hating ourselves, and then what we hate in us, we start projecting it on other people. And that
Yeah.
toxicity of that I could relate to.
The challenge with this also is like you're acting alone for the most part. You're only surrounded by
Yeah.
crew and
Yeah.
screens and lighting equipment, I assume, when you're shooting the film.
Yeah.
What is the unique challenge of doing something like that? Because it could be like shot in the pandemic. You are so alone for the most part in the
Yeah.
film.
Say, for example, now one reaction shot was used like 4 times, which when I was watching it was like, damn, like why? Because
Yeah.
I just thought that I could have given so much more. I don't want to say that I did, but
ठीक है वो
yeah,
तो they know what they're doing so they've put
yeah,
together
exactly,
according to their
exactly, right?
sensibilities.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what is the challenge of acting when there's no other human acting
There's
in the
no
room with
reaction,
you?
no. You have to trust yourself. You have to trust your instinct. You have to trust your imagination. And
Yeah.
there's this myth about acting that imagination should not be a primary source of ignition within you.
Hmm.
Reaction and in what is really happening and what's realistic should be the main source. Here, I had nobody to react to. I just had one voice telling me what to do, and you know
Hmm.
what, and just this computer that had two squares, the like crosses, that was the camera marks of looks, and I had
Hmm.
to incorporate a lot of craft that I had never learned. I'd never been to acting school, so I had to learn it right there and then perform on the beat, but at the same time trust myself enough and trust my imagination enough that'll lead me to the right way.
Tell
Hmm.
me this, Babel. Do you
Yeah.
I no, it's fine.
What
Do
did
you
I do? I
write?
did something?
No, no, not at all. You gave
Okay,
a very
cool.
nice answer about
Thank you. Thank
imagining
you for that
versus real life
validation. I
experiences.
needed it.
Oh, stop. Stop. You don't need anybody's valid. Let me tell you this, as a
No,
woman
just
on the internet,
I missed you.
my love, as a woman on the internet who lives and breathes her work is on the internet, I know a thing or two about
Yeah,
validation and when you
yeah,
don't get it versus when you get it and when it's taken away from you and how to sort of make yourself secure. You don't need
yeah,
anybody's
yeah,
validation.
yeah. But the thing is, as an artist as well, right? Like artist is you're an artist. I mean, everybody who puts themselves out there, right?
Yeah.
For
We are
pe
writers.
for public scrutiny, right? So we will always be concerned with public validation or with the validation of others, external validation. But I guess we could change. I guess the journey is how we change our point of view towards it. How we let it, if whether we let it affect us, and it is something easy to say, but it is a long journey that we have to take, right? Like
And you're
experience
young,
can help you. Yeah,
you're
I am
26.
young. I'm
Yeah.
26 and it's only been 4 years, but I still crucify myself if I
You'll
even
get there. It's a difficult
yeah,
time to be
I hope
26
so.
right now. I'm 10 years older than you, and I still feel like I need to remind myself that there's a world outside of the screen that I inhabit and occupy, and I need to
Mm,
zoom out and like look at my
mm,
house, look at my husband,
yeah.
look at my plants and my little potted
Yeah,
flowers. Me
yeah,
like this is
that's
real life.
so
This is
important.
probably not
But
real
that's so
life.
important. May I say something about on that? Just one thing, like if you don't mind. And
Please go
I'll make
ahead.
sure that your other questions are incorporated. Just one thing.
Go ahead,
It's
my
just
darling.
that
Go.
this 1.5 years ago, right? I got so overwhelmed by everything that people were like, you have to do this and you can't do this. And I have not been brought up to follow rules at all, right? Because it kills your individuality. And I remember just taking a break and looking outside, looking within myself and looking around me and seeing that I have stopped making music. I have stopped scuba diving. I've stopped doing all of those things that actually made me me. And then I started questioning that's probably the reason why I'm not, why I've become a shadow of myself. And having
Yeah.
a life outside and having that life actually helps a lot when it comes to living a life rather than living for the expectations. Yeah,
Facts.
that's what. Yeah, just extending that point of view that you have.
No, thank you for sharing that.
I will find you and I will kill you. You really think I'll kill myself for 10 million followers?
Not for 10 million, sir. For one follower.
I feel like you answered a part of this next question a little bit in your last answer, but you tend to play a lot of vulnerable characters, men who are sort of hurting, who are bleeding, and they're trying to protect themselves from the cruelty of this world. And this world
Yeah,
gets crueler every day.
every day.
When you're playing these and devising these characters with your directors, how much do you pull from your own life? And I feel like you've answered it a little bit, but that vulnerability, how much of that do you pull from your real life?
I think it's not about one film or two film. It's a life that you have to live vulnerably. Like it's this whole alpha thing that happened, right? I feel like you can the best alpha male is vulnerable because
Mhm.
vulnerability gives you the power, the superpower of being able to understand, being able to have intuition, of being able to know people, read people, understand what a situation way deeper than anybody without vulnerability can, because vulnerability makes you, I would not, the soft is a bad word now, right? The soft word people don't
Never
like. Yeah,
again. But then don't
yeah.
let anybody tell you being
No, but
soft is a
that's the
bad
thing, right?
thing,
Like,
Babil.
yeah, but I have, oh yeah, okay. So vulnerability, I feel like it's like when a plant is young, right? It's so you can just, but when it becomes a tree, the bark, you can see that it's like it has this weird hardness to it, right? Because it's
Yeah.
trying to protect the vulnerability that is inside. Because you take that bark and you scalp it, the tree will be vulnerable, it'll die. Right.
Yeah.
So there is in life, you must protect your vulnerability. So you have to take the action sometimes to distance yourself or detach yourself. But that vulnerability must be protected because it is not about playing characters that have vulnerability. It is about bringing your vulnerability to character. I don't think I play characters that are vulnerable. I think I try to bring my vulnerability to characters.
Have you grown a bark around you?
I think so. What do you think?
Nice.
No, but
Very nice.
I have detached myself from a lot of things because I felt like that was affecting my overall journey of being
Yeah.
vulnerable and of being. I feel like the best way to give back to people is through your work, not through social media posts and not through what you say. It's more about like your work is this and you give to people through this. My work is acting, and or it could be music tomorrow, it could be, it is a lot of things, but I felt like I was not communicating to people through my vulnerability but rather through a brand that was created around me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That brand is important because we do live in a world which requires a lot of money to live in and a lot of money to support the work that we do. So that brand is important, but it is not at the cost of your vulnerability. It has to go hand in hand. Abby, call my phone.
Okay, calling your phone now.
Hello?
क्या मेरा फोन तुम्हारे पास है क्या?
Like we were talking earlier, you're at a vulnerable position right now within your professional journey as well. You're young, there's a certain level of experience, but then you're also a nepo baby, and then there's a
Am I
different
the
kind of nepo baby, and a different
I
nepo
saw.
baby is also a spectrum. It's a
Yeah.
spectrum from like one kind of nepo baby to another. You are born into a film family.
Yeah.
Um, but Lastly, tell me this. When all of this is happening, and I feel like there are moments where you get overwhelmed and you don't want to do this anymore and you want to run away. How do you recharge? What are the things you do to
Scuba dive, man. Go scuba diving. I have thrown my phone into the ocean. I was scuba diving and no, I swear, this is a true story. And if you really want to like confirm this, Dive India in Havelock, reach out to Gaurav Menon or Sudhakar sir, and they will tell you the truth. I have thrown my phone and very calmly. It was not out of aggression. It was just that somebody called me while I was scuba diving. Yeah, yeah, exactly like that. Like somebody called me while I was scuba diving, and I was going for my second dive. I just had my interval period. In that interval period, somebody called me, and I couldn't believe that. How the hell is this phone in this bag right now? Okay, because I don't know why I forgot to keep it back in the at the bay. But somebody called me. I won't take their name, but they was like, "You have these obligations to do, and we have to do this, and you can't not do this." These are the two things I hate to hear while I'm recharging. So I was like, "Of course, I'm just gonna be back. I'll just be back. I'll just call you in 5 minutes, and I'll book my tickets, whatever." And I cut the phone. I just threw the phone into the ocean. Because
well done?
what did they do? What did they do? How will they find me?
Well
You know?
done. So
But then I
scuba
had
is what
to.
you do?
Scuba diving, I think, is somebody can scuba dive without any health problems, one must. It has a lot of scientific things as well. Like if a person is suffering from anxiety, the salt in the water and the pressure from the water, right? It's the pressure from the water feels like a hug. So when you're 15
Yeah.
minutes down and with breathing to, you can't swim, you can't move your hands, then you disbalance yourself. So you have to maintain your buoyancy through breathing. So you
Hmm.
control your breath. You get this pressurized hug from the water, and the salt goes into your skin, and then the fish is just they just want you there. And you're like, but I really ruined your life, honestly. Like I've ruined your corals and but you still love me?
I'm so sorry. I'm
I'm so
sorry, fishes. I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Without the hands, just with my
I'm
hands
so
being
sorry.
here, just checking my. Yeah, I'm so sorry. It's called and one of them is called damsel fish, and they hate us. Damsel fish just
Of course they do.
comes to
Their
mess
name
with
is
us.
Damsel.
Yeah, but also sharks. Sharks. They are not aggressive at all.
Have you seen one
This
up
is how
close?
we say yeah, I've seen people have seen sharks much closer than I have, but yeah, I have had an okay. I don't want to because
Okay, you
it's a
tell
thing
me
in
when you
scuba
come visit
diving.
New
You
York.
only say when you have really really done it.
Man,
Yeah,
you are a joy, Babil. You're a joy.
you
You
are a
come to
joy
New
too. Thank
York
you.
soon. Thank you.
I
And I
will.
will
I
give you
will.
one pressurized hug
Please
direct
do,
to
man.
water.
Please. Please, at this fashion events, you can't hug anyone because everybody's wearing this delicate things, and if you hug anybody, you'll break their outfit.
Yeah, you come, we will go walk around in Central
Please,
Park or something.
please. Yeah,
In a few days, 5 years to Irfan's passing, and it's a day that means a lot to a lot of people. I hope you get to spend it with family. I hope you get to spend it surrounded by love.
I won't. I'm
Um,
shooting, but at least I'm shooting. That's great.
Still, that's love, right?
Yeah,
It's a form of love.
yeah.
Thank you for
Thank
talking with me
you.
today, Babil.
Thank you for talking with me. Honestly, I know. Yeah, I know. And we still being recorded, but I know you think we're not pals, but for me, you've been there from the start. You're a part of my journey, so it's always
You're
gonna
so
be a little
sweet.
emotional for me when I talk to you.
My darling, that is so sweet. All right. Thank you. I'll see you around, yeah?
Thank you. Yes.